Welcome one and all, I'm Keith, this is Game to Please, and we're back in Fallout 4, You Only Live Once, done live. And again, I start out the episode by saying I shouldn't have taken that hit last time. Mistakes were made, as usual. The mistakes being just use berry mentats, go slowly, use grenades, explosions are your friends, and super mutants are your enemies, all that stuff. In between parts, I put up this little shack and immediately ran out of basic resources like wood. Dance still hasn't found his way back here, so since we need to sleep anyway, I'm thinking I'll just do that here.
With all these planes that were blown across the airport.
Yeah, today. So today we're going to be going into downtown Boston to pick up some super awesome X01 power armor, and nothing bad will happen with picking up the super awesome X01 power armor. Hopefully. It's in a tower, and already I've seen a little bit of a worry where the turrets that are normally off, unless you activate them yourself, are already on in, what was that? Mass Fusion. Obvious, yeah. So Mass Fusion showed me that I need to be extra careful, I think. Ah, there's Dance. Dance. I will, yeah, there we go. Do the thing and connect yourself with Hangman's Alley.
Going forward,
thank you, Dance. You're wonderful. Except, I remember now that I'm supposed to hate Dance for not actually moving forward at ArcJet and allowing me to throw a Molotov straight into a group of enemies that were right in front of me. But at least he liked me getting into power armor. He's pretty easy to please, Mr. Dance. Anyway, let's not forget our fusion cores. We left pretty much random 3.8, 10mm, 5.56, 10, 5, yeah. Just a whole bunch of random stuff, because Tegan will randomly have things for us to sell, and we don't need to take all of that stuff back to us, to our settlement at Hangman's Alley. Now, if you see here, this is what I was talking about. There's little island, a little, what's that called? A buoy. We'll call it a buoy. But it's defended on the other side by a bunch of super mutants, so before we can get back across here with our jetpack easily, we need to start taking them out. Which, you know, you need to do carefully and concisely and everything. Might as well just, you know, use this. Get a little bit of elevation going. Wow, they're aggressive. Of course, I should be doing this more carefully. It's the start of the episode and I'm trying to go quickly, and here I am just completely without cover, firing into the enemies. At least he's staying still, which is appreciated, Mr. Super Mutant. But yeah, the tower that I'm going to, it's in the thick of it. The Children of Adam, some super mutants, bloatflies, regular raiders and gunners. You can find all sorts over there, and none of them are your friends. Yeah, I'm just going to double check. Mirelurk Egg Omelet is on 8, and 8 is equal to that one. Okay. I need to use my mouse a little more. It has this wonderful little side keypad as if I was playing some sort of massively multiplayer online role-playing game and having a bazillion spells to deal with. Don't really do that too much. So let's get a little bit of a sprint. Jump, 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 and that's nice. So I can make it, and I'm not going to sink to the bottom. It might be a good idea to just... how is my diseases? Okay, frequent sleep and parasites. Okay. Not the end of the world. So I either make it to the little buoy thing, or I make it straight over there. With the Mirelurk Egg Omelets, you can refill your action points mid-air, As long as you're pressing them and not letting go of your momentum, it can just, you know, randomly fail if you're not careful. So let's see if I can remember how to do that. Get a little bit of sprint, and go, and refill again, and plenty extra. Okay. Probably only needed to do one refill, but that's fine. Now, I think all of the super mutants are going to be killed. There's an antifreeze over here, so always good to clear these guys out. But moving forward, I need to save room. I'm going to pick up random weapons, obviously, and then drop them because, you know, ammo is caps, and caps are nice and not necessary, but they're still nice. But the place I'm headed to is scary. So, it's... I couldn't tell you. It's one of these tall buildings. It's coming up. But in between here and there, I think the safest... Did I hear something? I need to double check what I'm hearing and listening to. Okay, just be careful. Take your time. It is raining. By the way, it's raining. That's the pitter-patter. As long as the pitter-patter isn't Jenny. Then that's Jenny. Okay, so we've got some Radstag, which is always welcome. Build up. Whoa. Shooting a Radstag in the spine makes him go pop. In more ways than one. Leave the hides. We do not need the leather. We're done upgrading leather armor. Oh. 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 Oh my. Okay. Metal left leg. Take that. I love powered. I frankly adore it. Left leg, please be different from... left leg. Oh god. Game! I hate you, and you're wonderful. So I already have the Raider left leg that allows me to have 10% reduction in action point use. And now I have the powered metal left leg, which increases action point refresh speed. So... took a long sip to that. So the game just likes to screw with me. We can all agree on that, right? Okay, good. Figured that out. Our crit is still at 1. We can't get any more because of reasons. I'm thinking we just take a nice defensive position over here, mark what we can, take on these guys. There's two things I want to do. I want to get Earl Sterling. He's right on top. I have a jetpack. I should be fine. I'm going to start trying to show off the tactical advantage of doing things with a jetpack. Hopefully... What does he have? He has something fun. Let's get nuclear material. I think that's a little better. We can still see him if we... Okay. Shoot him in the head if we have to. Come on. Can we get him over here? Does not look like it. He is really having trouble. There we go. Okay, still in caution. Let's be cautious. And when I say cautious, I mean just walk straight into whatever super mutants are putting us into caution. This is the right way to play this game on a YOLO run. Totally. So, if I was a super mutant, there he is. He made it pretty far. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm not pressing E when I'm next to water. I don't have lead belly. I'm not going to take a bunch of radiation damage for no reason. I'm going to take a bunch of damage for stupid reasons. Okie dokie. So bones are oil, and oil is well under control, frankly. I've been really looking for that stuff more so than I really needed to in the long run. But yeah, nuclear material, that is very useful. We don't need the mini nukes as much as we need nuclear material. So I think we'll just yeah, we'll mark these two up. One of them is going to have a missile launcher. And let's see. I mean, it looks fine. If we shoot him in the head, it should do it. That's nice. Oh, this guy had the missile launcher. Okay. Nice and easy. Honestly, I forget what happens on the inside of this place. I probably did this long ago in a galaxy far away where I actually went in and got to the roof the correct way, but after finding a jetpack and not really needing to do this quest super early, I just let it, you know, simmer on low at 140 degrees. And it's just infuses a nice little taste into this next part where I just take the jetpack out, go whoosh, and then all of a sudden I'm just at the top. It's wonderful. Anyway, there's probably still enemies about. Apparently, I am mistaken. I mean, technically, enemies about, but can you really count ghouls who can't get to you as enemies? I do. Let's kill them. Hopefully neither of those were legendary, otherwise it could be a waste. Okay, and here's Earl Sterling. Earl Sterling. Yes, I've already solved the Earl Sterling case. This is totally the other guy. I know what I'm talking about. Stop asking questions. Earl Sterling, murdered in the basement of Dr. Crocker. Marty Bullfinch on top of the green grasshopper thing. It's right up here. Let's be on our way.
Yes.
So that's right around Pickman's Gallery. That's in the graveyard just between the Old North Church and there. Or at least between the Old North Church. Excuse me. Old North Church and Cabot House. Yeah, that's a better landmark for you guys. So, down this way, a little bit of radiation, some bugs. Shouldn't be. Time I said that, bugs were right on top of me very quickly. Festering. Ooh, that's no fun. Just take the 73% chance, and that worked out. Bloatfly meat is not worth a couple rads. Not the end of the world, but I don't want to linger. Okay. So here's the raiders. We can kind of hear these turrets over here. They're friend turrets, just to prove it. Green. This is railroad. Should be like some sort of rail. Yeah, here's a plus or a cross. Something Jesus saves. So these things, handmade tripwires, not necessary to undo, but I mean it's a little bit of extra experience, I guess. So sure. And open this up.
Nice.
And that way we get more ammo. Who needs more ammo? Not me, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Combat shotgun, too heavy to deal with. And if we had anything to sell, or if we were a lower level and weren't able to essentially turn our weapons exactly into what we needed them to be, we'd be able to talk to her. Opal.
Hi.
I was thinking amethyst.
You got caps? I got
Let me think it over.
Oh, no, not maybe. Of course not maybe. Oh my god. I hate the speech
buy
wheel
and sell.
sometimes.
Just put up everything.
Let's see what you got.
Okay. So, suppressed weapons and all that fun stuff. Some aid. Probably some good stuff in there, but I'm not going to look too thoroughly. Junk. She does not have the aluminum. What we're gonna do is get what we came here for first, because we can leave the correct way and come back to her. So, yeah, it's unnecessary. We'll sell what we can sell to her once we have a bunch of things to sell. Anyway, how she's survived in downtown, whatever this place is, Boston, I have no idea. Way too many raiders. Way too many. Target him already. Give me a pip. Oh my god. Okay, it worked that time. And this time, well, that's sitting, and we all know that sitting doesn't work. Oh, jeez. Problem is, I don't know how many raiders are here. Usually there's vertibirds flying above, and all these people go crazy, but if I just, if I was just to psychojet like this, I need to practice that. If I was just to psychojet like this, and then have easy shots on all these people, and just end it before they even have a chance, and I did not need to do that because there was only 3, but that's fine. It's better to overdo than underdo, and it gives me the practice to know that switching to a laser rifle is not psychojet. Yeah. Unfortunate sort of key bindings for me. But yeah, just psychojet, psychojet, psychojet. Just use it. Don't ask questions. Okay, so these things can take the damage. Well, here we go. Just deal with them quickly. Don't let them get a shot off because it will be a shot bigger than what you want. And for the first time this stream, I looked over to the left and actually noticed that someone's chatting. So we're going to take out these machine gun turrets very quickly. And we're nice and safe, so I can actually look over properly. I discovered the channel the other night, was just watching the previous part when I noticed you were oh, yes, I was live. Enjoying it. Thanks for the entertainment. I am enjoying it as well, except the parts where I'm getting, you know, damage dealt to me. So, thankfully someone else is having more fun than I am, hopefully, because, you know, this is stressful at times. So much fun, but stressful. I'm so used to doing things very slowly, very methodically, and taking all the time in the world, and doing things live has really put a sort of, hey, I'm on the clock, let's get moving. Speaking of which, let's get moving. Get over here, and up the elevator. Oh, geez. And I need to increase the actual font on this stuff. I can barely read. Neuro. Neuro? Nero? Neuro? I'm gonna butcher that just a few times before not getting it right, so apologies, as usual. But, yeah, live Fallout 4, you only live once. It's interesting. You know all of the little quirks about the game, and then you're trying to kind of manipulate left and right. But then at the same time, just getting from A to B takes forever, and you want to make, you know, some sort of thing happen on screen, and it's interesting. It's definitely a fun change of pace. I've done a few YOLO runs just on my own, and it's, you know, it's fun. But it takes forever, like, just to get any amount of, I don't know, momentum going. And I'm finally at that point where I don't need to try to grab every single last piece of sneak magazine, improve all my weapons, and blah, 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 and stuff. I can actually move forward a little bit. Oh, good God. No. You're not supposed to be alive already. Where the hell? Oh, geez. Okay. Anyway, switching back on the whole, there's enemies about, and I'm very terrified of enemies being about. These guys are supposed to be in their cages. I think what triggers them early is if a vertibird, you know, passes by randomly and kicks them out of their location or whatever, but no, they haven't been opened yet. Oh, good God. Okay, this is messy as all. Oh, jeez. Okay, so these doors open when I get to just 7 feet in front of me or something like that. So when the enemies decide to, you know, be able to actually start chasing me down, they're going to be able to chase me down way too quickly, like immediately, and that is not what I want to have happen. I'm going to have my my Gauss rifle, I'm going to say that wrong about 17,000 times. But once the Gauss rifle is ready, I'm going to throw these bottle cap mines, 3 of them, 4 of them just for good measure, right there. And if I throw them too close to the door, they're going to trigger on the enemy that's just right around the corner, so I can't do that. I'm thinking just do a quick one over there. Okay, good. The trigger should be right around there. And I'm going to do... Ooh... One more. I'm wasting a lot of bottle cap mines, but I'm not using them up until this point, so it's fine. Do I do Stealth Boy, or do I actually... No. Just get going. Okay. Clearly not close enough. If I Stealth Boy, it's only eating into... let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that can give me the boost, but I have 14 Stealth Boys. I've been buying them from Tinker Tom, picking them up where I can, and I've only used a couple, so let's just do this correctly. These guys are scary. Scary pieces of crap. Robots, let them blow themselves up. And, yeah, just do things correctly. So, he's going to hopefully explode. Okay, I love seeing experience after. Oh. Right on top of me, eh? Well, there's another 10 damage to add to the pool. Oh, jeez. Can't go out and do anything without taking tons of damage, can I? Okay, at least tell me the Assaultron's gone. Oh, he was, yeah, pretty much right on top of me. That's no good. Where the heck's the Assaultron? Game, are you feeling alright? Ooh, I've done this before. Okay, so the Assaultron doesn't know where to spawn, or he's spawned and then gone after someone else. So my game so far has been a little funny. One of the first big hits that I took was because someone spawned literally right in front of me in a weird way. And I think the Assaultron can literally be pulled to various enemies. It's very strange. It's just weird stuff with what's happening in this game. So, fusion cores, some aluminum vacuum tubes and stuff like that. And yeah, the now that I'm, you know, not completely in danger and worrying and stuff like that, the routing has been interesting. Trying to get... Oh, by the way, here's power armor. I'm going to just take all of this stuff and hopefully have barely enough carrying weight. The frame can stay. I have more frames. Just gonna take that with me. I am in Exo 1, but, you know, I want some lead-lined and some different power armor for different tasks that I'm planning on doing. So back to the Assaultron. It should be in one of these buildings, very rarely over there, and it might already be dead, frankly. Again, game, weird, I can't explain it better than that. So yeah, we are... I don't know. We're trying to essentially be quick about things and not take too much time going back and forth, obviously. But we are going to have to do a very slow walk back through this area, backtracking, not getting anything done, because, oh, of course, reds. But we're safe to go over here. Yeah, there we go. And, of course, yeah, survival, no fast travel, I can't play this game without survival. I think I played it a few times without survival initiated. I didn't get this game until at least a year after it had been out. I got it for 50% off, so it might have honestly been 2 years. I don't know. I let uncleared out yet. Usually I have Pikmin's Galley clear. Oh god. Okay. Just divert. Let's go over here and actually get into the graveyard that has the grasshopper thing, and we can go talk to Ellie, and we should be fine. Yep, there's the church. And this is what we like to call a dead end, except if you have a jetpack. Anyway. So, I'm still kind of confused. Where the heck am I? Oh, the church, of course. I don't know. I was trying to think where I was with that whole spiel, but Fallout 4, it's a decent game. I like it, and I especially like the survival mode, and I especially like Yolo. YOLO runs just kind of make the game into something that's, you know, much more difficult. I mean, big surprise, right? But, you know, the challenge runs that I've seen with Fallout have always been try to get to the end in a certain amount of time and try to be the fastest and stuff. And it's just like, you don't really get to enjoy the game that way. And here I am trying to talk and enjoy the game. So let's go over to... Oh, what the heck. Read food for the grasshopper. Okay, what am I doing? Food for the grasshopper. Food for the grasshopper. Now I know that there's a thing, and I can open this one up. Okay. Was almost there. But yeah, the, what is it? I don't know, the joy that I have in Fallout 4 is more about where
Excellent.
you have a very difficult situation, and you get to manipulate so many different aspects of the game and understand the game in a way that doesn't get you just to the end as quickly as possible by glitching your way through X building and bypassing this and that and having picked up a random occurrence of, you know, said item, and therefore you can beat the game in 20 minutes or 50 minutes or however long it takes. I don't even care. Oh god, buff tats are done. Okay. By the way, buff tats are done. Mildly dehydrated, I'm over encumbered, and buff tats are done. Bunch of water, properly hydrated, and back to just a buff out because I only need a little bit of strength. That'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Thankfully, this sentry bot is our friend. Hello, sentry bot. You're supposed to steam up and start protecting, but that's fine. Anyway. We need a power armor suit. A frame, at least. To put on all of this wonderful... actually, we'll save that. Let's get moving. Again, this is the live version of me talking. Usually I would go to where I left my other power armor suit when I was picking up this X01, and then lug that back to Hangman's Alley, and then I would work on it and make it, you know, available to be used as a second X01 power armor suit. No. We have a power armor frame right now. We're walking in it. All we need to do is take off all of the different pieces that are on it right now and move that over to... Ooh, boy, this is going to be labor intensive. Lead-lined, kinetic servos, and this is why I usually don't kill these guys, but then I was an idiot and I decided to kill them. Raiders like to spawn at the Charlesview Amphitheater. That's fine. We'll just start killing them as we cross, but I don't like doing it because then there's random raiders in the bushes and even the tactical HUD can kind of have an issue with actually picking them up. Seems fine. Anyway, as I was saying, XO1 power armor, it's going to be our speedy radiation power armor. What we need to do is, thankfully, just double checking. It's already at rank 3. I don't think I need to waste resources on bringing up that to the Mark 6 version, because, namely, we're going into a place where I don't want to be hit whatsoever. Just bloodline for the radiation, speedy legs, and a jetpack, and we should be fine. Oh, and of course tactical. So yeah, just do that. We'll be fine. Should be fine. I'm going to just tell myself it's going to be fine forever. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the gameplay loop. So, pretty much the hardest thing about a YOLO run for me is actually staying away from settlement crafting. I've already wasted a bunch. Well, wasted. I've already done a bunch of settlement crafting over at, well, not Sanctuary, where not too much at Sanctuary, but Red Rocket, a few other places, Hangman's Alley. And it's, you know, it's just so much fun gathering up a bunch of loot and then taking it back and improving your arms and armor and your settlements and linking your settlements and resource management and all that stuff. Turning each of them into a bastion of artillery, and oh, it's so much fun. And you can get so much experience from essentially connecting all your settlements and looting everything and getting scavengers and doing all that. But I am trying to find a balance between, well, the you only live once rules that the many a true nerd is essentially running for themselves, and they are not really doing much in the form of settlements, and I've had to really hold myself back to like, okay, I'm going to make a crappy shack, second floor, just keep it slightly, you know, away from ghouls and random, like, melee people being able to get up to me in case I want to get here. I don't even know if that's far enough away, but no problems yet. But yeah, it's so shabby, and I want to do so much more, and I would, but this is a YOLO run. I'm not supposed to be getting experience from building things and stuff, so it's been a struggle. But yeah, the Fallout game is definitely the most played game that I have when it comes to anything that can be considered first person or roleplay or whatever. I definitely play a lot more strategy games outside of this. Stellaris and Warhammer, Total War, and more Total War. So, yeah, there's for some reason a special place in my heart when it comes to this game. It's fun. Yeah, this powered metal left leg. We'll put that away for now. Honestly, I might enjoy it more than the VATS, just because that should be able to accept shadowed. I'm not quite sure about that. But let's get to work. I don't want to waste too much time, and there's something ooh, by the way, I am over encumbered. Of course I am. Just get all this crap put away. Yikes, I had over 100 pounds in just ammo. Of course, 40 of those were from some fusion cores, but that's fine. So this stuff, we don't need all of our vertibird signal grenades. I will take 4 of them. I don't see Molotov cocktails being useful at all, except to randomly destroy me. When it comes to the weapons, I want to make sure that, well, we'll put all of those away for now, because I've got some work to do. I'm getting ahead of myself quite a bit. Oh, let's see. Nope. Okay, I still don't have enough extra spare weight to work on these without going over to my true apparel. Oh, wait. Of course I do. I just need to... Yeah, I have a bunch of extra weight just in the actual thing that I'm going to put immediately on the power armor, so let's just get that. Shut up. Any second now I'm going to fix... Apparel, 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 apparel. That's what I wanted to put away. There we go. Now you, let's put that stuff on there. And now this is my apparel that is a bunch of flames, jetpack flames, targeting flames, calibrated flames. Okay, that's more like it. So here's our fresh suit of power armor. And it even has a fusion core in it that I should take out because a raider is going to come by, then everyone's going to want to jump in my power armor. Don't let them do that. So, the lead painting. It increases the radiation resistance by 100 for 6 sets of, 6 things of armor. That should increase it by 600. If I'm doing my math correctly, and I understand how this thing works. Yeah, that's another 100. That's another 100. Now, you know, it's probably a good idea to stay stealthy and get the flames on and stuff, but you'll see that the way I approach... Oh, by the way, I'm just working on this power armor in... Don't look at Yolo Odysseus right now. He likes to do things his own way when he's working on his power armor. No, not titanium, lead. And we're picking up level ups, but hey, it's necessary. We're not going into the glowing sea without actually increasing our protection a little bit. So headlamp, I mean, I guess we'll go with the bright because it's nice just in case we need it. And of course, we're getting the targeting HUD. I've never had a bug deal with it. And, yeah. Let's see. Torso. Oh, yeah. Neruro, it's fun. You can waste a lot of time on the, the settlement buildings, because the thing I've realized I dislike about the settlement buildings is they don't really always line up. You have some idea in your mind, but then just trying to get it actually... you know, to click into place, doesn't always work. So it's a lot of a time drain, and yeah, that's a lot of time that I don't want to just, you know, waste on an episode where it's like, here, I've done a 4-hour episode, but 3 hours and 30 minutes is me setting up a little tiny village. So I just throw some defenses up and throw some radio beacon up, do some food, do some water, and get some beds, and we're done. Get out of there. On to the next. And it is fun setting up the various castle-y sort of situations where you get the defenses all set up and the walls all set up and everything is nice and protected and stuff, so yeah. What am I thinking? Overdrive. Oh, gosh. I was talking about kinetic servos this entire time. Hell no. It's overdrive servos. If I use kinetic servos, then, I mean, yay, extra action points when I'm trying to run away. But no, overdrive servos. This is going to allow you to get through the glowing sea quicker. That is a lot of frickin' use of materials. But I have plenty because I've actually decided to link all my settlements. Yeah, and when I say link all my settlements, I mean link all my settlements to actually link to Hangman's Alley, because for some reason I haven't, pretty much since I started the YOLO runs, I haven't really been treating my settlement capacity building and connecting everything very carefully. And I realized that if I connect all settlements randomly and they're not connected to a single settlement, I don't really get all the junk. And I thought that that was the case, that if you link to settlement, then everything that is at all available is, you know, essentially accessible. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. let's get Yolo out of his underwear. No, not out of his underwear. Into more stuff besides his underwear. Yeah, there we go. Freudian slip there. Ooh. Okay, so we've got armored, battered, armored, but we need the military fatigues. And we're good. So, we're not going to go into the glowing sea completely naked. We've got a nice lead-lined X01. And let's see. I think our food situation is mostly dealt with. I can probably just go through them. Them squirrel on a stick, iguana on a stick, stuff like that. Let's see. Well, first of all, we'll take a Deathclaw steak. We'll take those when we need it. We don't need the herbal stuff. Keep that. Iguana on a stick at 25, and those are worth 2 ranks of food, hunger, whatever, and 1, so even with parasites, each thing's dealt with by 2. Should be fine. And let's see what we've got for that. Oh, and 5 more stealth boys over here. Yeah, we'll just do the roasted mirelurk meat. And, of course, fusion cores. Now, the fusion core situation is not too problematic. We are going to be sprinting, but because we're sprinting, we're getting through the glowing sea pretty fast. I think, well, not 18. Definitely not 18. Put a few of those back. Come on. We'll do 5. 5 should be plenty. But we do need some more bullets, as in any bullets whatsoever. 308, silenced, nice and lucky. I wouldn't mind using my radium rifle. Now the radium rifle has, I think it's been quite underused because I either go for a loud laser weapon that's doing more damage, or I go for the silent weapons that I've had up until now, but definitely now that I have science rank 4 and I can actually, well, have that radium rifle be silenced, big surprise, I'm going to be trying to use that a little bit more often. Something like 255 and something like 100 plasma cartridges. 112, that's what I meant to say. Take a bunch of these bullets, that's fine. And now that we're here, do I need anything else? Buff jet, get that out of there. We'll take the Deathclaw steak. We'll have a grilled radstag. Orange mentats. We might need more purified water. Radex, it's a nice to have, but we've already got our radiation resistance. Let's just see. I think I put a bunch of purified water in here, so hopefully it's fine. I did not put a bunch of purified water in here, apparently. Good to know. Yummy, and let's have one more rank of yummy. Now, I don't have a lot of mirelurk, but there's a few places coming up that I'm going to get plenty. Get rid of that marker. Now, a quick talk about how to actually get to the glowing sea. Virgil's cave is 3 squares down and 2 squares to the left. Or is it 1? Well, either way, I'm just going to go in between the 2. Now, if I'm doing Brotherhood, which, hint, I might just be doing a Brotherhood run, they're going to eventually send me down to somewhere over here. There's a pyramid. That pyramid, I wouldn't mind being able to just fly straight to, land and get out and do that thing, so I see the best thing to do is this. Get to the farm that's right down at the edge of the map, head further south as far as you can. You can head past this part of the map. You'll eventually just run into a, you cannot go this way. And when that happens, you turn west. There's a nice little rock outcropping you can get onto. You can take out a huge, okay, this is going to be difficult. Huge, wide range of enemies. The mole rats will come and try to get you, but you're on rocks, so they'll have to go up the rocks and you can kill them. There's rad scorpions in the distance you might not even be able to see, so that's a TBD. All the sting wings over there, you just take them out, and then you just start running. You just go in and start running. And there's going to be a few enemies along the way that start popping up. The rad scorpions to the south. You don't want to head too far north. And you just kind of pass by a gigantic pyramid, hoping that you can mark that on your map for later. But then you just keep on heading, just sprinting, sprinting, sprinting. If anything starts giving you battle music, you take a psychojet, quick, just look around, kill it, it's fine. Rad scorpions pop up, you kill them, it's fine. It shouldn't be an issue as long as you immediately use psychojet and keep sprinting. Now, how do you keep sprinting? Well, you have to blow through about 20 Mirelurk egg omelets. Yeah, that's the downside of this whole endeavor. You go through so many Mirelurk egg omelets. I'm just going to double check I don't have any extra just in case I need to refill. Mirelurk, 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 and no. So yeah, usually by this time I have cleared out the castle, and let's just see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20... There's about 60 Mirelurk eggs over there. Give or take 20, depending on how many you let the Minutemen kill. And so usually you're completely fine for Mirelurk eggs. We're not completely fine for Mirelurk eggs. So... Westing Estate. Oh yeah, that's where I picked up the baseball cards. For something... I was thinking of the Egret Tours Marina. Anyway... So to get down there, just head towards Diamond City, past Diamond City, go along the road until you reach the railroad, then you go along the railroad, and there's this nice little bog that you can cross without having to get, you know, your power armor completely covered in water. You can clear out the Mirelurks over there, but you don't have a settlement nearby unless you turn that into a settlement. I'm not going to mess around with that. So we're going to rely on... Yeah, on 26 Mirelurk egg omelets. Should be fine. This is the first trip of many that we make to the glowing seal. The glowing seal, wow. Yeah, scared of a loose seal. We need to have... Our bullets are dealt with, but we don't have the proper amount of explosives. And I'm going the wrong direction for explosives. Okay, take all the bottle cap mines because it's good to be prepared. We'll take 30 of these because, again, good to be prepared. Molotov cocktails, unnecessary. Plasma grenades, we'll definitely be getting more of those down the line. And don't forget the vertibird grenades, because as soon as you're out of Virtual's Cave, big surprise, you want a vertibird waiting for you. Okay, up the stairs, come on. We're failing at our first leg of the journey. Speaking of failing, I'm going the wrong way. I could be going the right way, so we'll go the right way. That's fine. Oh boy. I think I heard random bullets in the distance. I think they're from the game and not my side. There's just a dog on my side.
You have the right idea. Power armor. Only way to travel.
Only way to travel, says the Diamond City security guy. And it's not just any power armor, it's the XO1 stuff with lead lining, good paint job, all that fun stuff. Okay, so this is, well, not there yet, but I'm quickly approaching the furthest south that I've been in this game since my last run. And do we have anything super scary? Yeah, we have a few things that are mildly scary. Yeah, they really need to add more actual sea creatures, especially with Far Harbor. Glowing seals, glowing dolphins. I completely agree with you. Oh boy, there's so much potential for like mutated sea life and stuff. Let's just mark all these people, and they're going to be on their way, it looks like. And that way I'll be able to get to a more advantageous situation. Into the hills. Just catch up with them ever so slightly. Now, it's not exactly the best, but you can always fall back and be completely hidden. And, oh, I can't even bats him? Okay. Yeah, I am quickly getting to be out of range. Let's see. Suicider, skirmisher, ooh boy. Oh, they're getting to be aggressive towards something else, so I'm taking that chance to do my thing. Unfortunately for me, I'm probably taking out the one thing that would help me with the... Ooh, yep, there he is. Haven't marked him yet. Yep, he's doing his shooting. And I'm hitting fence... No, not fences. Electrical poles, but it's fine. It's fine. So this guy usually walks across... Hello? Need to just step away for a second. Apparently a snow leopard dies of COVID-19. Oh, that's too bad. Why do you have to give me sad news? That's okay. I'm sure he was having a good time in the zoo until he got the COVID. That's why you get vaccinated, people, because you don't want the snow leopards to die because of COVID. Oh, jeez. Can't believe a snow leopard in a zoo got COVID. This is the world we're living in, people. Good. I'm saying good too many times. Good God. Goodness gracious me. Goodness anything else that is followed by good. This is a bad thing. I don't want snow leopards to die from COVID. God. Good God. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I was on my way to talk about how this sentry bot was guarding this railroad, and I could go up to this thing and unlock the thing, and of course the sentry bot could do the things, but, you know, he's already out of the thing because this game doesn't know how to spawn its enemies in for some reason. One of the things I was looking forward to in live was having different people's takes on, well, my game has the turrets as a sort of, hey, you need to go press the button and turn them on. Hey, my game has my sentry bots essentially in the thing where they're actually just sitting there, and then I run across a certain, you know, fixation point and they start waking up or whatever. Hey, my game is completely different from mine, and I'm at the situation where after installing this mod, I noticed some very peculiar changes, but up until that point, everything had been the same every single run through, I thought. Pretty much my point being, I think this game has a lot of little kinks to it that everyone kind of experiences things slightly different, from triggers not happening correctly, and, well, that's the main one. that sentry bot was supposed to be in that little building, and he comes out as soon as you get too close. And so I lay a bunch of mines on the railroad tracks, and then I run up to the thing and sprint away, and he goes out there and blows himself up. But instead, this time, he decided to take on some super mutants. So, yeah, that's just where I'm at. Oh boy. I'm bypassing the super mutants over there because it's daytime, and I can't be bothered. There is going to be some glowing mongrels. Hopefully they're just vicious and alpha and all the other bad things. Over here, still have my crits, so I don't really need to build them up, but I suppose I can bring up the good ideas I've always had when it comes to adrenaline. And if I build up adrenaline, this is going to be useful. Adrenaline, 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 adrenaline. Yay, adrenaline. Okay. So after successfully adrenalining my adrenaline, do we take out the Mirelurks, or do we just let it be for now? It's too light. I say leave it be. We don't need the eggs. We can't really even cook it without getting a bunch of dirty water, and I don't want to have that on my docket. So we're going to head further south, just kind of going by the river. But it's good to be at least close to the railroad tracks because it kind of gives you that high point advantage. You can see those wonderful, wonderful eggs. Okay. Don't get too close to the other side of the railroad tracks, otherwise you're going to be hit by a mini nuke from a random gunner. But just keep vatsing, and honestly, third person is even better. You can get a higher angle. Things look fine. Now this is where you can kind of start getting to the point where you head down into the bog. This little... I'm sure it's used for a railroad thing, not like the railroad organization, like literally for a railroad, a little lookout post. You... Oh, there's... Oh, the wounded dog. Oh. You know what, I just heard about a snow leopard dying because of COVID, so I'm gonna go help the wounded dog. Yes. Wounded dog, let me give you a stim pack. It's okay. Here, boy. Here, girl, boy, whatever you are.
Easy there, girl.
It's a girl.
I can fix you up.
Help the dog. Yeah, so that's... Okay, its name is Sparky. That sentry bot back there was definitely... I've had it out before, but I've also had it where I enter the area for the very first time. I've killed whatever random spawn location was generated on that road, and then they just they were in that little building, and then the beeping beeping happened. Wow, that's kind of difficult to say 3 times fast. And then all of a sudden he's coming out trying to hunt down whoever's around. So yeah, again, I like hearing that feedback where if some sentry bot's already out there and he just kind of randomly like, hey, I'm gonna gun this person down because this is my railroad. It's just the game. It's different for everyone. So yeah, it's fun. One of the things I was definitely looking forward to when it came to this Fallout 4 Live. Ah, good stuff. Okay, so sorry about that last survival run. Hopefully you had a pretty recent save. I think... I'm trying to remember the most progress I've ever made, but it always goes back to not so much progress, but finding a legendary in an internal area, and it's an explosive combat shotgun. And I was just like, yeah, woohoo! And I killed myself before I was able to save. And I totally deserved it. And I shouldn't have been using the shotgun. Anyway, so killing yourself or having someone else kill you after finding a legendary shotgun totally outweighs the whole, you know, I've been playing for 4 hours or 8 hours or whatever, and I haven't had a save yet, and then I got killed and I had to undo all that progress. That's brutal, but yeah, I mean, it's when you lose your amazing legendary items. Should I talk to this person? I'm suddenly thinking... Oh, God. I mean, I would have given the dog, like, 50 stim packs if he would have, like, brought an army of mongrels to follow me around, but then... Ooh, I do not want...
friend.
Ooh,
We're in some real
I started stealing from that guy. But yeah, stim packs to the dog, that's fine. I don't even need the caps anymore. But I can't use them as companions.
Good.
I don't know. I just feel better about actually helping the dog with the stim packs. It's nice. So, what is that? Earlier, I think I had a stupid, you know, ghouls at Green Top Nursery or whatever and stuff, and I was like, that could, or no, it was Raider Troubles at Green Top Nurseries, and it was just, that could be the ghouls over at the training yard. Let's not have to deal with that quite yet. It's just like, oh god, I feel so bad. I can't believe I made that mistake. But anyway, the greenskins, right over there. That's actually really useful down the line. So the Brotherhood, I don't think I've had a playthrough where the Brotherhood doesn't immediately try to attack that place when you get too close. It's just how it goes. What is... That's quite a migration of dogs. I'm gonna take them out because... Well, because mistakes aren't being made right now. I promise. But... usually they hang out over on the other side of Mr. Sentrybot. That's kind of strange. Anyway, we're making pretty good progress. So down south here, I'm going to undo that quest, and I'm going to put this thing back up. Here down south, we need to worry about our return trip with the vertibird. Now, the problem with that is there's some gunners nearby. Some very aggressive gunners with an assaultron. And if that's the case, I'm just going to kill them now. At least the ones on the outside. Because I do not want to have to deal with any gunners saying, hey, there's a vertibird. I bet we can steal that and start scaring the NPCs and the various player characters all around the Commonwealth, because we're the gunners. Freaking hate the gunners. Anyway, I have the worst luck of targeting people. If they're sitting, they're just not going to be targeted, are they? That's fine. Okay. Wait. Does giving a stim pack to a dog break the no healing run because I'm technically doing the action of healing? I sure hope not. Well, hopefully no benefit comes of it that I can attribute to the stim pack of actually... No healing for the player character. Okay, there we go. I've added the little asterisk. We're fine. You got to level 60 and you haven't even saved Nick? He talks about for like 2 weeks having to be in there, but like... He's probably been in there for like 2 months. Oh, God. I mean, you know, I don't care about Nick, but that's just cold. To level 60 and not having saved Nick yet. Oh, jeez. Ellie is probably like, okay, so I, you know, enlisted the help of some random person, and they've essentially rebuilt the Minutemen, infiltrated the... No, you can't even infiltrate the Institute without actually... Oh my gosh. Jeez. I can't imagine getting to level 60 without having, like, saved Nick yet. I mean, props. Like, there's a lot to do in this game, but... Didn't know there was that much. Oh, geez, an unarmed build? Okay, yeah, I'm going left and right and, you know, seeing the, seeing the chat. Okay, unarmed build. That's one sort of, I don't know. That's a challenge that just seems so constraining. I would love unarmed if they would have just made more weapons for it, like knuckles, boxing glove, power fist. What else? The claw? The claw from the Far Harbor DLC? I'm like trying to count them, and I'm not getting past like 5 or 6 things, and it's just like, is that really how many they had? Okay, this Assaultron, we have to activate trying a little bit. Because he's not going down, or it's not going down in a single hit. And it's 56% chance, so just make sure that it's actually doing the killing. And I'm in caution, but it's not out. Oh, there's another Assaultron. I'm backing up. Discretion is the better part of valor when you get to live and actually kill the Assaultron. Yeah, this is why I decided to kill these guys, because they're super aggressive, they see a vertibird, and they want to just end you. Okay, I suppose, you know, Nick can kind of take his turn after you essentially become overboss of the Commonwealth and Nuka World, and you're trying to, you know, reinstate mob rule or something like that, and things can get a little sidetracked and stuff, and who really cares about Sean? He was just a little potato of a baby when you, like, saw him for, like, 3 seconds in the beginning. Yeah, no, I agree with you. There's a lot better things to do than actually try to rescue Sean. But in a YOLO run, if you just keep on doing things left and right, yeah, you just kind of run out of health at some point, as you may have noticed with my less than 50% health situation that I've got going. But yeah, overboss stuff, that's fun, becoming a raider leader. I've done it both ways, where I'm just like, okay, I'm at Nuka World, I'm just going to open season this stuff and call it good. And then I've also done the, hey, I want to make every single random, like, settlement into the Raider Gang stuff, and it's just nice having the options in this game. Like, neither way, I should say, is just, like, super amazing storyline and really satisfying, but just having the options is a nice thing to have, for sure. Okay. Headshot, maybe. Seems to work. Now, who else wants to be killed? Oh god, it's that Assaultron again. Just try that 84. Okay. 73. Okay. Oh god. I don't like Assaultrons. They're very aggressive. But I think we might be fine. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the hook. I literally do not know about unarmed weapons, but I'm guessing the butcher's hook is guaranteed spawn from a shop or from a quest. It sounds like a badass weapon. Butcher's something or another. Okay, let's kill that guy. Immediately into caution. Hopefully we're fine. Let's see. A nice little angle of observation right here in case someone steps out. Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways you can take this game. What was it? The Fallout 4 You Only Live Once run done by Super Twonky, where he essentially pushed everything into the rad resistance and Child of Adam, the rags, and that wonderful little piece of gear. That was fun to see. I mean, I knew you could kind of exploit it and stuff, but I've never seen it done to such amazing effect. So that was part of the reason why I wanted to do this run, because I don't know. I'm just impressed by how much you can actually, like, game the systems of this game. You know, big surprise you can game it. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be leaving this area since all I heard was the beep. The turrets are chill, and I think it's time to head into a glowing sea. Not yet, though. We need to get further south. Oh, yeah. And tonight's drink is a sweet one, a Jack Rose. We didn't have any grenadine, so I had to use raspberry simple syrup instead. It's very interesting. But the glowing sea. Oh, the glowing sea. This'll be fun. This'll be interesting. I think, I don't know, I was kind of paying attention to the Many a True Nerd Fallout 4 You Only Live Once run, and everyone was just expecting, oh, well, the glowing sea. How is he going to do the glowing sea? How can you deal with that much rads? I mean, it's too much. You can't do it. On and on and on. And, spoiler warning, I really didn't know about the whole hazmat suit being that effing effective. Because I always just do power armor, and I didn't realize it did 99% reduction on rads beyond the actual reduction on rads, or the rad resistance. So that was interesting to see, where he gets literally next to nothing. But there's just too many things that can go wrong in the glowing sea. If you don't have a jetpack, and you don't have damage resistance, that's just, it's too scary for me to even consider that. I would... It's fun, but for me to just sneakily walk into the glowing sea, it's just the worst idea I can imagine for me for some reason. Maybe it's my luck, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, the butcher's weapon is from the... What's his name? The one that sells you the dogs. He's the one that locked away the behemoth over at, the Vim Pop Factory. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing I don't like about my YOLO runs I've been doing. I just don't get to have access to going around, exploring, having all the fun, experiencing all the games, so... You know, it's kind of the opposite of me saying earlier, where it's just like, well, a speed run, you get to experience just a tiny, tiny, tiny percentage of the game, whereas a YOLO run, you get to kind of experience more of the game. But then here I am, I haven't ever went off to talk to that super mutant in any of my YOLO runs at all. And that's like, that's a damn shame. Just losing out on characters and stuff like that just because it's not expedient to, you know, beat the game in a YOLO run. Oh, jeez. Oh. Guess you were close enough to see that. And who's paying attention to me and putting me into caution? Is it this guy? He looks interested in me. Okay, it must have been that guy. So, we're not going to get any rads until we get past these rocks. We might hear the tiny, tiny, tiny tick, and as soon as I start taking rads... Yes, Rad-X. I am going to take... Oh, let's see. I was trying to think about how much Rad-X I should take. Right now, my... 1650 radiation resistance. It's going to be... really diminishing when it comes to what the what it's going to change. It is going to make a bigger difference if I get into the more highly irradiated areas, but I think I've learned where those are up until now. So this is where I start all of my journeys into the glowing sea. You don't get the radiation storm, and you get a nice view of your surroundings. You can mark some enemies. Let's move over to this thing. And the mole rats are definitely a good thing to mark. I think there's like 4 of them over here. There's one. At least 3, it looks like. I can't really see any other movement. And there's the scorpions. Oh, good to see some scorpions. Oh, yeah. Erickson. That's the one. Yeah. It just goes to show how sad it is. Yeah, I forget, awesome characters' names left and right just because they're not part of the story. I forget main characters' names left and right anyway, so that's fine. They're not part of my story, I should say. They're still part of the story. It's just a YOLO story. You're not supposed to go to every single person. I do not see any more enemies that I can easily get to. That guy's probably out of range, and I can still mark that guy. That's good to see. Okay, let's do a little talk. So as you can see, we're kind of on the same plane as, -1 square, as where Virgil is. You can kind of see the crater of Adam over there, nuclear detonation, then some tapering hills, and very poorly loaded textures because the game is something like 6 years old at this point, I forget. 7 years old? No, 6 years old. Close to 7. It's old. It's an old game. There's the pyramid. I want to run by that and mark it on my map. What I don't want to do is get too close to the glowing pools of radiation where there's way too much radiation. Radiation's weird in the glowing sea. You take it very, very slowly in most of it, but then random parts of it are just spiked with ridiculous amounts, and you'll start taking, 1 to 5 rads per second just for a little tiny bit as you're going through it. So there is one more Deathclaw down there. I don't think we can see him. We'll, act on that accordingly. Oh, yes. Yolo Odysseus. Yeah. Everyone was essentially trying to do some sort of YOLO name and stuff like that, and I tried to be as clever as I could. And YOLO was in the name, and Odysseus, quite a journey he had, so we might as well combine the two. Yolo Odysseus. This is definitely the, what's that one? The one where he essentially has his ship wrecked and everyone killed from the tentacle monster, but not a tentacle monster. Scalia? No, that's a Chief Justice, not a Chief Justice, a Supreme Court Justice. Oh, jeez. Okay. Anyway, my brain's everywhere right now. We're on the edge of the glowing sea. I've just been trying to put this off as long as possible. We are going to activate all of our tricks of the trade and make sure that we actually have those tricks activatable. That is on 8. That is on 7. Our guns seems effective. Our radium rifle seems like it wouldn't be effective because radiation damage and all that. That's fine. And of course I'm thirsty. I'm hungry as well. Just psych myself up. Psych myself up. Let's get going. Oh, nope. Need some food too. Roasted mirelurk meat. Okay. So everything's gonna be fine. We just have to do this right. We're gonna highlight living targets because sometimes they pop out right in front of us. No, we're not gonna do that. What we are gonna do is Deathclaw Stick for agility. We're going to use the jet fuel because action point recovery rate is going to be a nice to have. And I'm really thinking, let's just jump over here quick like. Nice little fun music and stuff, blah blah blah. If I get one more rank of intelligence and start getting chemists, I can make jet fuel. Could be useful. Definitely something to consider. Okay, so more jet fuel coming. The orange mentats. We're going to do a little bit of VATS. I'm just going to take a Psycho right now and up my damage, and then we'll take Psycho Jet as needed. Roasted mirelurk meat. Extra 10 points of AP is going to make all the difference in the world. Stealth Boy. We might need to use this. Probably not, but we might. Okay. Okay, excuse me. I'm thinking, do we take the XL? It almost went down the wrong pipe. Maybe I dropped it. Okay. Stingwing for the perception. Still somehow managing to put this off. I think we're good. I think we just need to jump in and do it. Fucking kill is right. Yolo Odysseus knows exactly what he's talking about. And we missed him. Okay, we hear him down there, but they can't spawn right on top of me. Where else do you want to go? Right down there? Sounds fine with me. Okay. Scorpions. End them. And let's get into it. No food for me because they phase through existence. Too bad. Deathclaw. Hello, Deathclaw. Goodbye, Deathclaw. Now, we're gonna start running. Let's take a look. 21 rads. We're in it now, so let's go over and actually use... We have 53 Radix. You'd think that, you know, we should use some of these. Let's use... Mildly dehydrated. One thing I really wished I would have taken Chemist for earlier is the refreshing beverage, because that completely negates any sort of amount of thirst that you have from, you know, whatever level you're at. So, that's unfortunate on my part. I don't have that, but we're gonna just... okay, there we go. So, our first burrowed enemy. We don't have the AP, because of course we don't. We picked up a sledge... Why do I have a sledgehammer? Oh my god. Throw that away. Get out of here. Go over to the staggering and go over to this. We'll take 2 of those. That is on 8, right? Yeah. For some reason I was thinking that's 7. And Stimpack. Not Stimpack. What's that thing called? Psychojet. And let's be on our way. Okay, and the weather effects have not really even had a chance to load in yet, which is wonderful. Just keep running. Just keep running. Okay, I hear buzzing over there. Ooh. It's deep in it, but that thing is good to see. We might just need to take that guy out. Oh, gosh, but... 71% chance. Okay. And you? I'm in danger. I'm in danger. What am I in danger from? Just that? Still in danger. Okay, I'm getting whatever that thing is. It's going to be completely useless. Completely useless. Good to know. Thank you, assassins. Baseball bat. This isn't a melee run. Come on, get with the picture, game. Okay, feral ghouls up there. That's fine. Let's eat some more Mirelurk egg omelets, and we'll be fine. Just keep sprinting. God, did I get too close to the radiation? I think I need to weave my way in just a little bit. Keep eating the Mirelurk egg omelets. Now take a look at the rads down in the bottom left, and it shouldn't go up past just a little bit. Oop, it's going up a little bit. Just keep running. Here's a rad scorpion. 89% chance is good enough for me. And they're angry. Big surprise. If they get on you, like that, just turn around and do the VATS. That's fine. And always refill your AP. You can see in the bottom right, I'm just randomly clicking a button and it refills on hotkey. Glowing Deathclaw. Does any shot do the trick? Belly does that much. Okay, let's go into this one. And yeah, he took more than a shot. Good job, Deathclaw. You know how to handle yourself. That is bone. Checking the map. I'm getting way too far north. I don't know what happened. I got off track there. Reorient yourself, and let's get over here, because I don't want the extra rads. Speaking of rads, we're at 29, which is, I mean, you know, still under 10, but I want to be less than 30, and we're still a ways away. Albino Rad Scorpion. Get our action points back up. And kill that stinger. Thank you. Oh, he got over to me. Let's kill the other one. Let's kill the other one. Okay, thank you. Well, okay. Way too many Rad Scorpions, thank you. Let's just be done with those, though. Yeah, the rads, we're peaking up once we get into the nasties. Oh, hello. Okay, we need to eat some. And we need to end them quickly. And we're still in danger zone. End them. Thank you. What else are we going to be doing? So we are too far north. Let's head south. Shouldn't be that much further. Let's stop eating the... if we have any left. I've been really eating into the Mirelurk egg omelets. We have one left. Oh, good God. Okay. Yeah, we're here. But, I mean... damn. We really ate into 26 of those. I guess we were doing some more bat shots. Another level up. Good to see. Yeah, we really need to get over to the castle. That would help us out immensely. By the way, if you throw a grenade that says, Vertibirds, get your ass over here, before you actually enter, by the time you're back, they should be here. Should, being the operative word. Vertibirds sent to your location. Okay, so Yellow Odysseus has made it through the glowing sea and can now talk to a super mutant that doesn't actually want to kill him. Well, he kind of does want to kill him right now, but you know, we'll get past that point soon.
No sudden moves. I know you're from the Institute.
I'm not from the Institute. I killed Kellogg. Come on, let's get on with this part.
Don't you lie to me.
I'm not lying.
Did you?
Okay, now I can board the vertibird. But before I do that, I need to find a way to track down a courser. I'm not going to mess around with speech checks really anymore. I mean, I guess the extra experience gets me to the next level and I can get a perk, but it adds up to being problematic.
I'm trying to find my son.
Of course, I still am going to kill random enemies left and right because adrenaline is nice, but...
I had no idea.
Oh boy.
Right.
Yeah. If I can.
Okay, we are going to get a courser chip.
It could,
Courser. Oh, jeez. 36 rads. Up from 20. Yikes.
First things first. You know how synths get it.
It's a teleporter.
Well, it's
Molecular relay.
Sure.
There's been lots of coursers. I don't know who I've exactly killed, but let's pretend that I've killed plenty. Point me where I can find them. You're gonna have to go to the CIT ruins and then hunt one down from there. And then, once you do that, you can bring me the thing that's in his head. Virgil?
No.
Okay, there we go.
Follow. Not gonna lie.
So green tech genetics, not green top genetics. That's an interesting, to say the least, sort of excursion. There's a few things I can do with a jetpack. Not crazy amounts of stuff, but a few things. Let's just go in here. And the way my previous fun things have been going with taking on enemies when I shouldn't need to take them on, I'm wondering if I should go to Mama Murphy.
Good hunting.
Ooh, and I'm suddenly wondering, should I just go there now? Oh, that would save me so much freaking trouble. Nope, it's too late. We're going that way. If we land right there, then there's going to be a swarm of something or another. Oh, jeez. I don't have to hold back on my gunning. Kill them all with my minigun. Oh, that's not. Yes, the Mirelurk egg omelets. I think adding 50 action points to your bar... Well, not adding, but restoring 50 action points and only needing to waste a 0.1 weight to carry them around. I think that's just the most underlooked fact of all of the YOLO runs I've seen so far, where you can essentially just say, hey, I'm going to have 2.6 pounds, and I'm going to turn it into an entire sprint through the glowing sea. Mostly entirety. It's mostly sprinting that I was doing, I hope. But yeah, oh gosh, the glowing sea. It's so much stuff that I want to go and have fun with, but I just can't because YOLO runs. It's too bad. Getting way too close to the ground. People are going to be really pissed. And I don't want to kill them because it's just going to be extra experience that's going to really bite me in the ass later. But yeah, I really think I need to refresh my Mirelurk egg supply. And one of the best things to do for that is over there. There's a few things.
Looks like a good landing spot.
Okay,
I'll
is
have
it
you on the
though?
map shortly.
You say that from time to time, and it's not the best landing spot. Splot. Because sometimes I go splat when I first step out of the thing and I get hit with a rocket. But we're in caution, straight into hidden. So, good enough for me. And we're just going to be up here. That was a surprisingly stressless level for the amount of stress that is usually induced. It's good just kind of having someone around to take the nerve off of the situation. It's probably going to be problematic in the future as I'm just kind of looking left and then all of a sudden 17 super mutants step around the corner and start shooting at me and chasing me with mini nukes. But no, really, I was so worried about the glowing sea. I was going to run into the glowing sea and take a bunch of rads. I had the, health bar for it. I'd probably only take... Okay, 40 rads. So I took 20 rads to get in and out of the glowing sea. I think that that is acceptable. Especially because I was able to pick up the most amazing weapon. An assassin's cedar baseball bat. Oh my. Oh, yes. I will be able to do good work with this. But in all seriousness, this was a fun little change of pace. Things went correctly for once. I didn't take damage where I expected I might take damage. So, next time, we'll head a bit north. Grab, maybe just deal with Scrap Place, because then I can actually have Somerville Place on... Oh, Scrap Palace, so I can have Somerville Place on side. Yes, key difference there. Palace versus Place. This is Somerville Palace, and this is Scrap Place to me from now on. Anyway, there's a few Mirelurk eggs over there. I can pick those up, head nice and easy to the east, up the way to get, pretty much a nice safe travel time. Oh, I could even go all the way to Oberland Station if I cared. But no, we're going to go back to Hangman's Alley, turn those Mirelurk eggs into some Mirelurk egg omelets. Then over to Green Tech Genetics because it says, hey, go to CIT Ruins, and then it'll tell me to go to Green Tech Genetics. Anyway, spoiler alert, by the way. After that, it's all the way back down here. Thankfully, I have a vertibird, so I don't need to do anything as terrifying as I just did. I think it's going to be the same situation where I come in from the south, because this way I haven't killed the enemies, and I'll go through more of the area, and I might have some friends appearing right in front of the Rocky Cove. So, yeah. Mirelurk egg omelets, they're just so useful. I really wanted to, save them all up and use them in one big burst. You can get so much use out of them. They're food, they're cooked, you don't need to take lead belly. Lead belly to reduce all the radiation if it's a Yolo run. That's 3 perks for, taking Nuka-Cola. Nuka-Cola, 1 weight, 20 action points. Nuka Quantum or something amazing like that. It's still not as good as just taking 10 Mirelurk egg omelets, which is the same weight. It just seems overlooked. And so, yeah, let's just enjoy this wonderful omelet. I like omelets, and just because it's from a gigantic scary crab monster doesn't mean that you can't enjoy them too. So yes, in the post-apocalyptical future, omelets are king to me. Best food ever. Better than Deathclaw steaks, better than Radstag. Well, grilled Radstag is a very close second, if anything. Extra carrying weight just randomly. Very nice. And they're kind of nice to sell too. But a weight of 1. Ooh, that's tough. 0.1 weight, that's where it's at. Just put 60 of those in your inventory and you're set. Oh, jeez. Yeah, thanks for coming. Okay, I'm going to say it 3 times. Neruro. Neruro. Neuro. 2 of those were really similar. I hope that one of those was correct. I really do hope. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for, making this stream a little less stressful for me. Still a bit stressful. But, honestly, Glowing Sea went well. Until next time, yes, we have a lot to do, but for now, I've been Keith. This has been Game to Please with the Fallout 4 You Only Live Once run done live. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful adventure, and until next time, farewell.